Okay. Sound. I need sound. Okay. So, forgive my lighting. It's a really rainy day and I have a lot going on this week, so I can't wait to do this later on. So speaking of really busy week, this is kind of a plan for my next couple months video because I have an intensive for school coming up this weekend and I need to have time to prepare for that. So this is a plan for, I'd say, probably my projects through basically November. Just mostly ideas. I don't know if I'm going to do these in the order that I present them, but maybe. So here we go. Okay, so here's a little peek into the mind of Jade. I've been planning out my projects for the fall. Alright, so trying to decide some fabrics for the fall projects that I have in mind. So I love this one for a skirt, so that's a yes. Getting washed. I'm unsure about this one, but I really like it, so it's a maybe. Go ahead and get it washed. These two fabrics were in my linen closet. They're just sheets. This one's a fitted sheet and this one is a flat sheet. So I don't really think that I need to wash them. They're nice and clean already. They'll just need a good iron, as you can probably tell here. So let's take a look at this bag of goodies and see what we've got. So this one is kind of like a suede. That is a definite maybe. I think I see this one as more of like a Christmassy one, so we'll leave that for now. Don't really know how much I have of this one. Looks like maybe a yardish, so maybe. I really like this. It's not like coming up well on camera, but it's kind of like a blush cream kind of color. So I think this would make a really nice lining or like a blouse. So I'm gonna say yes for that one. And like, look at this corduroy. I think I'm saying yes to that one. And this is like a plum. I think it's a poly cotton blend. This color's really not coming up very well. But yeah, it's like a deep plum color. So I want that one clean. And then there's this, like, it looks a lot more orange on camera. It's more of like a burgundy, orangish, rust kind of color. So yes. And now let's see what we've got over here. It is pretty crazy in here. Definitely needs some organization. Maybe we can do that next. That one's pretty spring-like, Christmassy. Those could be good. What's down here? I think that I will also be using this, but it's already washed, so I don't need to worry about washing that one. Alright, let's see what's in here. Definitely Christmassy. Ooh, yeah, this one. That one's already washed too, though. Yeah. I think I'll save those two. What's down here? Oh, that's spoken for. Okay. I do still have these fabrics. I bought them last fall. This is like a moon design felt, and this is a red felt kind of. So I think I could do something with those, and I think that might be enough for our fall plans. Okay, so I do have all of this muslin fabric, and that is spoken for as well, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit because I'll probably be doing a video on it. So we are recovering the couches that we have downstairs. I will put in a nice little shot of those so you understand. But yeah, so that is probably going to be on the list for this fall as well. So my problem with Halloween generally tends to be that I have too many options. So I could do something simple like this. I could do something a little more complicated via Sanderson's sister. I could go with the American Duchess inspired 18th century pattern. No, I probably won't do that one. I bought this fabric specifically because I wanted to make a Sophie dress. So Sophie from Howl. I have the pattern and everything, and I've already used it once, so I'm kind of excited for that. Actually, probably do the top of this folkwear pattern for that. So that's a high contender because I've been wanting to make that one for a while. And then over here is kind of the pile of things that I am making for a cosplay. So I will make these pants. This will be the blouse. And then I am making kind of this pattern, this corset pattern. And I will have to figure out, it's here, who made it? Got it off Etsy. So I've already definitely started. I've started this already. Everything for this pants pattern is cut out and marked. I probably have to go in and remark a couple things because it's been a while since I was working on this last. So that's also, this whole set here is a high contender for Halloween cosplay. Not sure which one I'm going to go with. I really want to make both of them at some point, so it may be one of these. I also remembered this skirt pattern that I wanted to make. It's a style 2323, and I just am going to make the skirt from this at this point, and I'll probably make one of the vests at some point, but I have this gray wool twill that I'm really excited to use, because I live in Vermont and it's cold all the time. So those are the things I've pulled out so far. For this fall, I'm definitely trying to decide between one of these, and then one of them I'll work on probably after Christmas, so we'll see which one. I might go with the one that I've already done quite a bit of work on, just because it'll probably be easier. And then I need to decide what other things I'm going to make this fall. So, time to go throw this in the wash and make some decisions. These are all light colors, so I'm gonna wash them together. There you go. Ta-da! Putting this pattern together was like the worst puzzle I've ever tried to do. They all flew out of my printer and just all over the floor and mixed together, so it took me a while to figure out. There's a lot of pieces that are just mostly blank with like the size lines, and finding what matched up where took forever. But now I'm about ready to cut out this piece. This is the front. Super exciting. First, one of the projects that I've already been working on is this crocheted sweater. I need to look up the pattern name, like who made it, but everything's obviously, this is a work in progress. Strings hanging out everywhere, the hook still attached in there, and I just made it drop a stitch. That's cool. I'd probably mess that one up anyway. Anyway, so I am making this basically because I haven't crocheted in a long time and I needed practice. So I have inherited a ton of yarn from my grandmother, from a family friend's aunt that passed, was very into crafts. I have a lot of yarn. So I'm trying to find reasons to use it. So I've decided to take up crochet again. Yay. Oh, this was knitted by my grandmother. Fun. Anyway. Then once I finish this with this yarn, I want to make the same pattern again in this, oh, it's so hard to see it, in this burgundy yarn. I'm sorry, the lighting is so bad, but it's rainy. Anyway, I think it will be really cute in this color. All right, next I have this fabric, and you can, oh, it's showing up really well, awesome. This design that's woven into it, it's literally an old sheet, but I don't have this size set anymore, and I already have 5 or 6 sets of queen size, and this doesn't match. This is another project I'm going to do, and we were using them together because thrifting, I guess. But I don't want to use them as sheets anymore, so I'm excited to make them into an awesome outfit. So this one will be a folkwear pattern. It's like a 1910s Edwardian style blouse with the yoke here, kind of fluffy sleeves. So I want to make it out of this, and it is actually like an insertion lace pattern. If I get ambitious, I might try a little bit of that, but this is a sheet, so if I mess up, I have a lot more to do it again if I want to. So I'm excited to do that. I want some big flowy blouses because it's fall soon, and it is September 1st when this video is being released, so I can say that fall. Yay. So speaking of fall, the other part of this sheet set is that I was using as a sheet set is this beautiful like rust orange sheet, and I'm gonna make another pinafore because I just basically want to be cottagecore all the time, and I can, so I'm gonna. Okay, next I have this gray twill. I asked for it for Christmas, like I think last year. Yes, my mom bought it for me for Christmas. It's 4 yards of gray twill wool, and I'm going to make it into a skirt. And using this pattern, just this style 2323. It's a 70s pattern. It hadn't been cut before I cut into it, but patterns are to be used, so. Anyway, I'm really excited to make this one. It's just a really long skirt because I live in Vermont and it's really cold here, and I just want to be, I don't know, warm and cute. All right, that's stabilizer for that. I just grabbed my pile of projects I've set out all the supplies for. So I don't have a pattern for this pinafore that I'm going to make with this one. I want it to be much more simple than the last one I made. So probably just a like square-ish yoke front and like straps that cross, and basically either a full or 3/4 circle skirt with pockets. Probably in 2 panels, maybe. So yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so the next thing is this cotton. It's a printed cotton. It's not real flannel. But it was at Joann and kind of cheap on sale. So I'm gonna make a pair of pants, pleated pants. I think I need to do some stabilizer or something, especially around the hips and waist. So we'll see how that goes. But I am using a Kiana Biolo pattern. I really like it. I made a pair of shorts from one of her patterns. I need to adjust it, so I haven't done the video of that yet because I forgot to record any of that. Oh well. But so I bought another one of her patterns. This doesn't make any sense to you guys because it's all folded up, but it was a printed at home pattern. So pattern for this, I'm really excited to make it. So I'll be making a early 1900s, so it's basically an Edwardian, could be Victorian. It's Gibson Girl, so Gibson Girl pattern. You can see it here. It's meant to have like lovely insertion lace put in. I'm not doing it for this next project, but for the white fabric that I showed before, this is the pattern. I'm going to use it for both. Just the white is going to be a blouse, just to practice putting everything together on fabric that doesn't really matter. So, but if it turns out well, it'd be a cute shirt, so I can go under things. Yeah, may or may not do the insertion lace. But the fabric I'm going to use is this green, I forget the name, the color of, or the name of the color, but it's not quite hunter green, not quite sage green, it's kind of somewhere in the middle. I am making a Sophie costume, so from Howl's Moving Castle. I think that's going to be my costume. It's not really a costume, but I really love this fabric, and I think it will make a really cute, like, casual cosplay, daily wear cosplay. So I'm excited for that. I also have a couple more fabrics that, if I have time, I might make into some things. I'm thinking maybe a lovely walking skirt out of this thrifted flannel. It's not anything super expensive. Like I said, I thrifted it, I think, by the pound. And then this brown corduroy, I think I might make into a skirt, or maybe some shorts. We'll see how I feel. Probably shorts, because I don't have very many that are comfortable and fit. But that's a maybe if I have time. Not sure I will. So a couple other videos that I'll be doing. I'm going to be doing a little bit of house renovation-ish. So we just moved into this house in end of June. No, beginning of July is when we got the key. So it's just a house built in the 1920s. It's been lived in, so, you know, it's mostly up to date, but we want to do some cosmetic things. We want to find some doors for doorways that had them taken out, fix some kind of broken things, update a couple things upstairs. So I thought I maybe would bring you guys along for some of that. Specifically, in the next couple months, we want to prime and paint all of our main floor. It's glossy paint. It's kind of darker colors than I want for Vermont. Yeah, so we just want to give it a spruce. I might take you guys along for some of that. And then I have some more potions videos, guys. So first, I think I want to do some elderberry syrup. I need some for myself. It's really good to have in your stock if you like to use herbal supplements, herbal medicines, whatever you want to call it, herbal additions to your life. So elderberry syrup is really high in vitamin C. It's an immune booster. It's good for colds and flus, things like that. But I'll go in more to that, like, when we get to that video. But another one I think I really would like to do is a fire cider. Fire cider is really good for a lot of throat and immunity as well. So, okay. Another thing I want to do is bliss balls. Sounds like a cutesy name. It is a really cutesy thing. It's usually dates, peanut butter, some kind of nut, whatever you feel like would taste good. And then you put your powders into those. So if you're using any kind of dried herb that's made into a powder, it's really good in these date bliss balls. Yeah, I think that is the end of my plans so far. I might take you guys through my project journal. I've been documenting fabrics that I've bought, different projects that I've gone through. So this page is projects that I was working on for my best friend. So I will probably release the video on these dresses sometime this fall. I don't know. I've had a lot of video ideas. I'm really excited. Maybe we'll get 2 in a week. at some point if I get a lot done. I don't know. You can see my gingham pinafore here. I need to go through and write out the information for this one. I've been writing what inspired me, what kind of fabric I was using, and what I want for the pattern, what pattern I'm using, what I needed to tweak, things like that. Just because writing things down really helps me concentrate and remember what I need to do. So the projects that I was just talking to you about are in here. I'll probably walk through a little bit of that here. I would bring one of the cats over here, but I think they're sleeping because it's really pouring. I'm supposed to go to the fair now, so I may need to change. I'll see. See you guys next week. Can you tell I'm awkward? It's really raining.